Hey guys, Cameron here. Just a quick preface before we get this episode started. We originally recorded this episode the day before Awada's death was announced. Out of respect, we decided to hold back on this episode. Also, we talk about filming this one. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, the filming was lost. But we bought a new camera and we'll be doing that again soon. So thank you and enjoy the episode.
Welcome to Redcoin, the Nintendo podcast. My name is Adam. Joining me for this week's episode, we've got Aaron. How are you doing?
I'm great, Adam. How are you?
I'm great.
I think I say the same thing every week.
Well, I'm just really happy all the time. There's a lot of good Nintendo games, you know?
It's a good time.
Yoshi's Woolly World's come out. We're going to talk about it.
Oh,
so that's going to be a lot of
all
fun.
the yarn
You haven't
goodness.
played that yet, though?
I haven't.
No.
I think I'm the only one out of us.
Last one left.
Yeah.
Yes. Cam, how are you going?
Good. Hello out there. It's a bit different. What's that? So we're trying out a bit of a new direction here. With the filming.
We're also filming the podcast, guys. So for those who have subscribed to us via the iTunes feed, we've decided to also film it. So you can see our beautiful faces on the YouTube channel
Let's
as
try
well.
and keep eye contact with them.
Yeah.
Apologies
Yes.
if the footage is a bit raw. It's running off my iPhone right now. So
Early days testing more than anything.
Everyone's wondering what's going on here. Like, I
Right.
got told to dress smart. We're doing some video stuff.
We said it was a big occasion, so that we should
and
dress
so,
up.
so here I am in a suit.
So for the listeners at home, yes, he's dressed up in a suit.
Yeah,
Whereas
it
the
works
rest
really
of us
well. Visual things work well
look
on mine.
quite
so
schlubby in our Nintendo shirts. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm great, Adam. Yeah, I'm excited. I had a busy week. Haven't been playing much games. I started my new job, so it's been great. I'm keen to talk about all the recent news.
Yes, and there is a lot of it.
And Adam, how are you?
Great.
No one ever asked
Yes,
me.
no one ever asked me.
No one cares.
No, people do care. I'm great. I'm great. I have been very excited because some money came through via tax, so I was able to
tax time.
spend.
Don't forget to
I
do
was
your taxes,
able-
guys.
I was
Taxes are important.
I was able to spend and buy Yoshi's Woolly World and my blue amiibo, my blue Yoshi amiibo, I should say rather. And it's been really fun just sort of playing around with some of the costumes and playing around with the first world of Yoshi. So
Well, let's get right into Yoshi then,
Yeah.
shall we? So I only got it a couple days ago. I traded in a bunch of games to
So
get
how
it.
far are you in just a couple days?
I literally have been working, so I've played probably 20 minutes of it. I've passed level 1, 2, and 3 100%, and I've passed level 4 without getting... I think I'm missing like two stamps.
That's still pretty good.
yeah, I'm probably the same point. I haven't not to the maybe level of completion that you have with 100% going through. I find that once I go through a level, I'm sort of less likely to go through it if I find that I get a majority of things in that level. You know what I mean?
It's pretty well documented. I have to complete stuff. I can't just go through it. I need to get 3 stars in Mario Kart, and I have to get every collectible.
The
It's so annoying.
perfectionist game.
Yeah.
It's so annoying because there's always one stamp that you can't find. And,
Later on in the game, you get a badge that really helps you out with that.
Okay, cool.
But it's kind of like cheating.
Yeah,
So,
no,
like,
I think I'm going to
Chris,
do
I
it.
think you're probably the furthest in it. Where are you
yeah,
at?
no, I am not up to that.
Adam and I think we're in World 3 or something. Or...
Well, I'm still at World 1, but you were
right.
saying that you think it feels like cheating. It's interesting. So assuming, just for the viewers at home, when you start the game, there's classic and mellow mode.
Yeah, yeah.
And so none of us picked
obviously,
mellow
yeah.
mode,
Oh,
right?
I joke.
That's why I'm so far.
I'm up to World 3, and all the worlds have a really great theme to them, just classic sort of platform world style. But no, it's really, really fun. I'm really enjoying it. I love the art style; it's fantastic.
So
music's really good too.
You haven't bought it at all
No,
yet?
no. I think I will. Like after hearing you guys
gotta
talk
get
about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely...
Like it was a game I was excited for, but I didn't know if I'd enjoy it. But now hearing you guys talk about it, I think
Just
I
get
will.
it in spite of America.
Yeah. And look, this isn't no Kirby. This
it's
is next level.
That's what I'm surprised.
Yeah.
It plays really well. And you can pass the level pretty easily. I mean, we were playing 2-player with Ben.
Yeah.
And I was screwing around a bit, and it was there's a lot of deaths happening. But if you're playing just by yourself, it's got, I think, a perfect level of difficulty just for going through. And then it has that added level of when you want to go back and find all the extras. You have heaps of start time.
You can also, for the people at home that don't have a person to play co-op with, if you've got a Yoshi amiibo,
That's right.
you can use it in the game and control 2 Yoshis at the same time. And I've played around with
Haven't
that
done
a
that
little
one
bit
yet,
as
though.
well.
What is your
Yeah.
opinion on that, Adam? Because I've
Um,
got views on it.
Okay, well, it certainly helps in a lot of ways in terms of the other Yoshi being able to suck up one of the Yoshis, and then you can throw that Yoshi in an egg form, and that can sort of propel you to higher places.
Yep.
So for me, in terms of getting a lot of the collectibles, I found that to be really helpful, but I found that it didn't necessarily make the game like 100% easier, which is good. I thought it was the right
Do you see
level
any
of
of the whole
challenge,
Baby
though.
Mario Yoshi thing, where sometimes
No,
you sacrifice
Baby Mario
Yoshi?
is completely gone out
No,
of
it's
this
like
game.
you know those scenes when sometimes just to get higher, you just sacrifice Yoshi.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you see
I-
something
that's
like
not
that?
Baby Mario.
So
Yeah.
what would happen would be that if one Yoshi was out of view of the camera, it would similarly
does the
to
auto egg.
Okay.
New Mario Brothers Wii, where it becomes a bubble, that person would then just become an egg, and then you reopen the egg, and it's all hunky dory. So I think it's a good mechanic, and I think it works in this instance. But yeah,
Oh
you've
no,
got strong feelings
I
about it. you know?
hated it. Yeah, it's like the double cherry in the Mario game, so it just duplicates what you're doing. It's sometimes really hard to like figure out which Yoshi is not going to make the platform, if you know what I mean. So
But if you've got, like, all you need to really remember when I was doing it was that I'm controlling the one with the alternate costume. So because it was different for me because I had the alternate costume, and it was really able for me to have that disparate difference between the light blue sort of Yoshi, and I think I had a Sonic costume on at the time. So I was able to
both
see
blue.
that difference. Yeah, both blue.
would
I'm very
confuse
good
me.
at my blues. Blue's my favourite colour, so I'm sort of good at discerning that. But I was able to, like, tell... maybe I should just change it to, like, a green one.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you know what I mean? But...
the amiibo functionality is all right. I mean, it's not. It's not going to
no,
set the world
it's
on fire.
not going to set the world on fire.
Well, speaking of amiibos,
Yes.
so I got I went in just expecting to buy the regular version of the game.
Yes.
They happen to have one that came in that day, so I was like, well, I better get that. So I got the green one. I haven't got the heart to open
How
it yet.
cute does he look?
He's adorable. We'll have a-
You should
Oh,
open
so
him.
adorable.
You should open him right now.
No,
Because
I'm not
I've
gonna-
opened mine.
I'm not going to do that right now. Maybe in a future episode.
It'll
but not
lose its
today.
value.
I know it means a lot. To
I
me.
don't think
I've had
they're
that
out
for
of-
almost 2 days.
Yeah, but it's no good in the box.
I've
Do the
already got a
graphics in the
Yoshi
game
one,
actually
so-
do justice to like the yarny goodness?
It's really it's very textured, and you
Yeah.
get the feeling of we'll play a bit after.
Did you
Yeah.
guys play Kirby's Epic Yarn? Anyone?
No.
I
Never-
did play
Very
some of
little,
it,
if any.
and I note that there's certain elements.
Yeah.
That, so it's the same developer. It's Goodfield Games,
Goodfield,
right?
yeah.
And I note that in Kirby there was ways that you could unspool the yarn
Yeah,
in the
so
level.
that comes back. Yeah.
And that sort of comes back where Yoshi can unspool the yarn with his tongue, and then it becomes an egg. So
Yeah.
that's and the eggs are quite larger and can cause sort of more damage and move around the screen a lot
Yeah,
longer.
the 480 480p textures or whatever on the Wii just didn't really do that justice though.
No,
so,
they didn't.
Like, this game looks 10 times better than Kirby's Epic Yarn.
I don't really have the comparison, but like it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good mix of background, foreground, and the actual elements. So I really, I mean,
You can really
all
feel the game.
I think Kirby looks pretty good. The Kirby
I haven't
Wii U
played
that came
Kirby
out
yet.
this year. And I would even say that this looks better than that.
Yeah.
And I think the difference obviously being is that you're not confined again to, you can play it on gamepad. There's a whole variety of
Yeah.
gameplay methods
It's like
as well.
5.
They like open the screen up and you start it up and it's like, you can play with these 5
Yeah,
ways.
yeah.
You
Pro
can
controller, the gamepad, the Nintendo, a stick.
Yeah.
yeah, you can play with, so
The
I'll
Power
just list them
Glove.
off. You can play with it. You can actually
Connect? What?
No, nothing like that.
I have a soft spot for
Let's.
the Power
We love the Power Glove. It's really cool. But it was a classic controller. It was the gamepad. It was the Pro controller. It was the Wii remote, and I think,
Classic controller. That's the other one. Yeah.
the classic
I think so.
controller.
Well, what's
With the Wii
confusing is so this is the controller, Pro controller Wii U.
Here's
Yeah.
one we prepared.
But the
earlier.
one you attach into the Nintendo controller is the Pro controller. It's called a Pro controller, but it's not. This is the Wii U Pro.
Yeah,
controller.
yeah.
no,
and
the
that's
one
what
they
confused
attached
me.
to the Wii U was called the classic controller.
There's a classic controller, which is the old one that's
And the
just a
classic
circle,
controller Pro.
and then there's the Pro controller.
Yeah, it's
And
so
even-
many
This is the
it's-
company that called the 3DS the new 3DS. so
yeah,
let's not get caught up in naming conventions. We'll just sum up and say there's a variety of gameplay methods, which is good, which is really good. You can look at the screen if you want. You can have off TV play if you want as well. which is good.
I think I still need to experiment with all that type of stuff because I've played basically 2-player for like 4 minutes at your house, and then a little bit earlier today in 2-player mode again. So and I'm using just the TV.
So Aaron, if you didn't get Yoshi, what have you been playing?
Splatoon.
Oh right,
I'm still loving Splatoon.
Splatfest, man. Did you play?
We'll get to Splatfest.
What a fantastic segue
thank you.
into.
Yeah.
I was hoping it'd be seamless.
Well, can we just sum up our thoughts before we get into Splatoon? Can we just sum up our thoughts on Yoshi? So, do we think it's a must buy? Do we think it's a must buy?
I think it's a should buy, not must buy. You could live without it, but you should buy it.
So for anyone that hasn't played it yet, out of 10, out of 10 stars, 0 being worst game you've ever played, 10 being the best game you've ever played, what would you give it?
7.
Yeah, it's probably the
A
7,
solid
8
7.5.
Yeah,
probably.
I think it's I do think it's a must buy for Wii U owners because honestly, if it came down, if it's a purchasing decision that comes down to Kirby v Yoshi,
In
I
that
think it's
situation, Yoshi, yeah.
I think
If
is
you're
it,
a
is
new-
it the best Wii U game this year? No, I think that honor
If
belongs
you're a
to
new
Splatoon,
owner
but
and you've just got the Splatoon thing and you
Yeah.
go and you're like, Mario Kart or Yoshi, Mario Kart would win.
well, yes, I'm
Obviously,
talking about this
but
year.
I'm saying that
From
for
this
what it
perspective.
is, it's a great game. And
Yeah.
you should
Yeah.
buy it. I would
And
say
it shouldn't
should
be
buy.
overlooked. It shouldn't be overlooked.
By the sounds of it, it came out and did what it intended to do.
Yeah.
It didn't disappoint in any way. So,
That's right.
it's all good.
But yeah, onto Splatfest. All right, so show of hands, those who voted for Rock, and show of those who are losers.
who didn't even participate in Splatfest.
Would have picked Pop though.
And I would have picked Pop. Okay, can I just say? So I started up. I haven't last week didn't play Splatoon at all. Picked it up again on Wednesday, realizing that all this stuff had come in, all the Splatfest stuff had come in. I start the game up. Callie and Murray give me my update as usual. Mention nothing about the Splatfest.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
You
yeah,
probably
all
already-
right,
They
whatever.
told you to stay fresh, though, Adam.
So they.
didn't
No, they're very unoriginal with that. They kind of just keep talking about it.
Yeah.
When
just
did
button
you
mash,
log
don't
in?
you?
When did you start playing? How long ago was it that you last turned it on?
Wednesday.
Okay.
I turned it on Wednesday,
The
so 2
little-
days ago.
think it was still
that-
going.
I don't know. It might have been after it because when I was playing through it, every time it would say Splatfest. So maybe you just completely missed the window.
I feel like I probably did just miss the window because I know that they've had 2 Splatfests. So the first one was Team Cat versus Team Dog.
Well, actually, so I'll
Wasn't
just
it?
quickly correct
Yeah.
you there. So this was the first European/Oceanic one.
Right.
The
okay.
Cats vs Dog was
Was
Japan,
American.
and it was
Japan
It
and
might have been
America?
America,
America,
only.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was America only. So Japan has had one already. America's had one. Then this was our one.
Okay.
You practicing your icon?
No. I just remembered that Japan have got a special Japan-only Splatfest coming up.
Yeah, they've
And
got a
it's
set.
like different types of ramen, like real ramen.
Right. What could be more Japanese
Yeah,
than
yeah, yeah.
discussing
That's so
your
good.
favourite kind of
Should I
ramen?
choose cuttlefish and asparagus
Yeah.
or ramen?
Come on.
Right. Okay. So you were all Team Rock and you all benefited from being.
Yeah.
How do we all
on
go?
the team.
It's like, how much do we play and where do we get to?
So I came into it really, really late. I got a message from Chris at probably about 11 o'clock at night. He's like, Splatfest is on. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm imagining that it lasts for a week. Little did I know that you vote for about a week and then there's like 24 hours of actual battle.
That's a good point
So-
because I started playing it Sunday morning and I played for a few hours, but I felt that as I was going through and leveling up, I didn't quite know what I was leveling up for or what I was getting out of this. I was just leveling because I knew something good would happen.
I played for about an hour and a half, which got me to the third rank. So there's 5 ranks, and then each rank you get a higher amount of the sea snails. So basically, the point of Splatfest is you win the sea snails, which is essentially 30,000 coins. You get a free upgrade unlock or a free reskin.
Yeah, very, very valuable.
So really,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
helpful.
But
if
did
you're
they
into
ever
it.
explain this to you? Like, that's my problem.
No,
in terms
I-
of the messaging, did they explain it to you?
I had to look online.
There was
on
just a lot of
forums.
stuff saying vote and Splatfest is coming up, and that was kind of it.
Right.
So you get
So
your
that's a
Splatfest,
bit of an issue,
You get
right?
your Splatfest shirt,
Yeah.
and you spend the period before Splatfest actually starts
You can level that
leveling
shirt.
it up, and then you use that in Splatfest.
But again, like I just logged on one day and my T-shirt was there. I'm like, oh, cool! I got given a shirt.
It
And
forces
I-
you to get it, then during the competition it's forced to wear it, and then
Yeah.
after it disappears.
And then
completely.
I logged on a Sunday just to play normally, and all of a sudden there's like a party happening in the plaza.
that looks cool.
And it wouldn't let me change
It
my
changed
shirt
it.
out, and
That's a good point. That it changed the atmosphere of the game so
Yeah.
much, and even in match music was changed, and
Yeah.
it felt like an
Sorry,
actual
you missed
event
out.
happening.
You missed out.
Well, I'm just going to have to wait till the next one, which
Yeah.
I'm sure is very
And-
They're
necessary.
looking like they're going to be
one thing I
Yeah.
didn't like was that it didn't give you access to ranked battles while you had Splatfest.
Exactly. I thought
And
that
I
was
haven't played a lot of
little-
ranked lately, so it kind of disappointed me a bit.
Yeah.
So that's
Good point.
interesting that they kind of splinter it off.
They're really focusing
in terms
on
of like, if I was picking up the game and I had the option of like the regular mode or Splatfest or rank battle, it would kind of just sort of force you to go into to
I think
Splatfest.
I know where they're coming from. This is like, it's really immersive, and so it's kind of like
Right.
this is happening.
It's an event.
so everyone has to do it.
Certainly.
But
But
think,
they never
I think
forced you
should
with like
still-
Smash Bros. Like
Yeah.
to me, it's reminiscent of Smash Bros.
It
Where like
essentially
you
is.
could vote for like be on certain teams, right? And that never kind of forced you to do that, and all blocked a mode in terms
We'll
of that,
explain
right?
it a little bit more for people who haven't played it. So you basically you join up and you have a 24-hour period where you vote for your team, A or B, and then you start battling. Wins, you get a point for putting down paint. So I think you get 2 points just for playing a match, and then you get a bonus 3 if you win.
Right.
So basically, you have a minimum of 2 points. So even if you lose, you gain 2 points. You start
Like the
off at
behind in
you
AFL.
start off at 0 rank, and then
There's
you
a
earn.
point
I
for
think it's
trying.
I think it's 10 points to get to the first
Yeah.
level, then 25, then 50, then 150.
Yeah.
So it's sort of exponential like that.
Right.
Much like the levels in the actual game.
Yeah. So it's very similar to that.
I think like I got to Hard Rocking Boy or something like that. Like,
The names are
weird-
kind of
they gave,
Yeah,
they gave
right.
really weird
Was
names.
it all rock related?
Yeah,
Because
so
you
it's-
picked
yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
normal
right.
rock boy, like hardened rock boy,
Super Rock Boy or something.
super rock boy, immortal rock boy, something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
But you picked a girl, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
It says
Super Rock Girl.
yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, as you gain the levels,
Right.
you earn more sea snails if you win. Apparently, the losing team doesn't win any at all.
Right.
And they're bringing in a thing because they tried it in Japan. If you get to the top level in Splatfest but lose, you still receive your normal amount. I might be interpreting it differently. It might be if you win, yours gets doubled, and if you lose, you still get your standard. But if you get the top level, you get a few extra ones as well. So if I got the top level and won, I win 12 for being top level, and that doubles for my side winning. That's 24. If you're on the losing team and get to the top level, you would win 12.
Yeah.
But they're trialing it that you get an extra few for.
But like
for
we're
getting
saying,
to
we
the
kind of
top.
just wanted to work this out on the go and
Right.
work out like what we were given when we got given it.
Right.
Yeah, there was no explanation of, hey,
yeah.
by the way, you get this, you get that until the very end.
I think that's I think that
Bit of an oversight.
that's a bit of an oversight. Like I think just and this is where like Splatoon is really trying to aim for its own niche in the first-person shooter genre. It's still really important that you always tell your player what kind of rewards you can get. And I don't want to compare it, but I will.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that,
I'm going
like
to compare
Destiny,
it to
yeah.
like Destiny or Call of Duty. There's always that constant messaging of this is what you get for doing this. These are the rewards. These are the possible rewards you can get. And Splatoon, it seems to me that the game is very loot focused as well. Not to say to the level of Destiny, but the loot
Nowhere
is
near the level of Destiny. yeah.
no, nowhere near the level
I
of
kind
Destiny.
of
but-
disagree. There's no loot per se. You have to buy everything. You don't farm anything. You
Yeah,
don't
that's
find
true.
anything.
It's not really loot. Yeah.
I think
Okay, it's not like it's not you're
managing-
farming for loot.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting weapons from
I mean, the
beating
point-
a match, but like you're getting currency
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
weapons.
I guess in that sense. I mean, it's very easy to stay on top. I have every single weapon that's released, and I have about 70,000 coins
Right.
just left to spend,
Right.
and I don't need to spend them on anything. I could do more armor sets, but I have my two main ones that are finished, so there's no point really doing
I think
that.
there's self-help groups of people. Like
No, it's not hard to
I
earn
do
money in
not
that game.
have every weapon.
I had every weapon by the
I'm
time.
you have
not
every
level
amiibo.
I'm not even level
Yeah.
20 yet. No, I do not have every
Well, we'll
amiibo.
go back to the question: how did you do in Splatfest? Kind of win to loss ratio during it?
I did pretty well, like better than I did usually, which I find maybe it's a lot more people voted Rock. I don't know what happened there.
See, that's what I was going to say.
No, they gave the final results. It was.
It was 53 to 47.
Yeah,
it was
actually,
really,
yeah, it was
Really?
really close.
Which is funny because I played probably 30 matches and won 28 of them.
So, Adam, when it was all finished, they gave results on who voted for what in
Yes.
Rock and Pop.
Yes.
And how much.
That's really what you want to know.
How much
Yeah.
Rock won by in comparison to Pop, and both were very much on the 50-50.
Well, I think
6% or something.
voting
That's really
was a little
interesting.
higher. I think it was like 60 to 40 for voting.
That was still
but then
pretty close,
points
yeah.
was it was literally three
Yeah.
points different.
Because I would be interested to see, because what it reminds me of is very similar to a game that came out earlier this year, Mortal Kombat X, where they had the faction
choose your
system,
factions.
and people would just jump on them like the most popular faction, because the most popular faction ended up with the
always
most
gonna
wins, and it was always going to win. And
Yeah.
I haven't gone back to that game, but it's interesting to see if they've done anything to balance it.
sense.
But it seems like in a game like Splatoon with Splatfest, if they pick an innocuous enough poll that it's not going to be very divisive, like cats and dogs, that kind of
It's
might
an age-old
skew a little
question,
bit
yeah.
dog, but it's probably around 50-50.
I think we've covered Splatoon in past episodes.
They're not going to ask
anyway.
political
Yeah,
questions.
they're
are
like
they?
gay marriage and all
Yeah,
that sort
exactly.
of thing.
I
It's
think
really
we-
crazy.
Yeah.
We've covered Splatoon in past
Segregation?
episodes.
Oh, mixed.
No.
I think we've spoken about Splatoon enough
Yeah,
today and in
okay.
past episodes as well. So I think we're slowly winding
Well,
up.
we
with
are
Splatoon,
red
aren't
coin
we?
the Splatoon podcast.
Of course,
so-
of course. We're all fans of the game, but you know,
It's a drug, man.
It's a constant update. And
yeah.
we've got to keep the tide going until
How about that new
Until
map on
those-
Splatoon, guys?
those wars.
There is
Until
a new map coming out
there is a
tomorrow,
new-
guys.
Amiibo Festival Animal Crossing comes out. We've got to keep
God.
it moving.
So,
What else we got? We got a Mewtwo amiibo as of yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday?
So at San Diego Comic
It was a
Con,
prototype.
there was a prototype shown of the Mewtwo amiibo. I actually haven't seen a photo, guys. So who's seen a photo?
Yeah,
of
I've seen it. It looks exactly like you expect. It's from
I-
Smash Bros.
I-
Is he got a ball in his hand?
No,
and
it's
doing
just
a move,
it's just the
or-
taunt.
It's just
Oh,
the
he's
power
powering up.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just Mewtwo.
just Mewtwo being Mewtwo.
When have you ever seen Mewtwo with a ball in his hand?
Yeah.
Smash
The
Bros.
Pokemon. Can I just say I would say as an amiibo collector-ish,
Addict?
not an addict. I don't have all of them, but I will say the Pokemon amiibo implementation has probably been the most disappointing. Out of all of them, because for those who don't know, so I'll just go back to Yoshi quickly. So every amiibo that's been released has an unlockable costume in Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh, I saw this.
Except the Pokemon amiibo.
They just unlocked
I
an
didn't know
amiibo
that.
one. Yeah, all
Yeah.
Pokemon just unlock Yoshi
They
with an
unlock
amiibo, thing on his
T-shirt.
Wow, that's really
Which,
disappointing.
Yeah.
I think I know why. There's going to be so many Pokemon ones.
It's
And,
Game
and there's
Freak,
no yeah.
I
and
think
there's
it's
no
Game Freak
Pokemon
in their
game.
right.
How cool would it be to
saying
see
something.
Woolly Yoshi with Charizard wings?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
How cool would that be? Especially because their final smashes are quite similar in Smash
Yeah.
Bros.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so that was the most disappointing thing. And to this point, before Yoshi's Woolly World, the Amiibo implementation has been up and down, but we've seen really nothing really take full advantage of the Pokemon Amiibos.
I don't think there's going
Yes.
to be.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think there's going to be much Amiibo implementation other than Smash because there's not going to be a Pokemon game on Wii U. And if there
On
is,
Wii U.
it's not going to be for a while. And like,
But Cam, I think these Amiibo are definitely going to be compatible with NX, 100%.
that's
Yeah.
entirely
Okay,
possible. But
so-
that's
so
years
even,
away.
even before NX, let's
no,
go into
it's
it.
it's a year and a half away. I
We
think,
recently
at
saw,
this point.
we found like last couple of days. Don't know how long the rest of the world's been exposed to it, but we've seen some new stuff from Pokken.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
I've seen very.
So
limited
Pokken
of it.
is the Pokemon sort of.
It was announced. It was originally announced about a year ago.
Yes.
2 years ago. Was that?
I feel like it's been a while.
No, I thought it was about a year.
I think it was. I think it has been a year
It's
actually.
been a while.
Yeah,
But it has been a while.
And it's Pokemon Tekken crossover. So far, only being announced for Japanese arcade machines.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Which I would love to play.
But that's how these things get rolled
Yeah.
out. They go to arcades, then they go to Western arcades.
Do
and
they
then go to
though?
consoles.
Like for every
I think
Mario
so.
Kart arcade, I'm sure there's a lot of Nintendo arcade
yeah.
sort of games that haven't made it.
So
over.
we
generally
got the
fighting
trailer
games,
for
yeah.
it,
Generally fighting games.
and we
yeah.
also got two new characters. We got Weavile and who was the other one?
I think it's Charizard.
Yes,
Charizard.
Charizard.
Which should surprise no one
And we saw game footage
because
from
Charizard
Pokemon.
is such a game favorite.
Yeah,
It's just going to be all the bipedal Pokemon anyway. Like, there's
Yeah.
none that walk on
a
the
good point,
floor.
actually,
Because
yeah.
how are you gonna? You can't see Bulbasaur like.
No, I can see Omastar.
No, I think I,
Give a
I,
good
feel
Oh,
like,
I know it.
Yeah,
I think
Omanite.
I saw
Believe in the Helix
Suicune in
also.
one of the clips.
I guess, but
The
these
what?
are legendaries.
Suicune.
Yeah.
Suicune's
Suicune,
been
isn't
confirmed,
it?
I think,
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
lot.
Okay, well,
So
There goes your theory.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna
See you guys
be
later.
look. I think it's one of those games that I'll keep looking at if there's news about it, but with no confirmed sort of release date here.
if it ever comes out, I'll get it. Like,
Oh, of course.
obviously,
I think
but
it's a
I don't
must
think
buy.
it will. I don't think it will.
Not for Wii U.
I think it's a cool idea.
I'm doubting the arcade version coming here.
One thing I did want to talk. So you guys all saw the trailer? Did you see the trailer?
No, I haven't seen
No,
it.
tell us about it.
So the trailer just had a bunch of different Pokemon fighting each other. The mechanics of it is what really got my attention. It looks really, really well set up.
Does it look more like Tekken, or does it look more like Pokemon, or is it something completely new?
it looks like new Tekken. Like, it's not two characters facing each other, but like you can go into it's in a bit of a ring and you can move
so like an
around
isometric sort of like space.
So it's an environment.
It's a space.
But you move around a lot more freely than like, back and forwards kind of thing. Like, it's like a Pokemon, like you'd imagine a Pokemon battle.
Right.
Like if two of us were in a room and you get Pokemon have free movement.
Right.
Which I would love to see those same mechanics go into a Pokemon MMO. Because that's how I think the battles would happen.
But so, how did the input look to you? Like, in terms of the input of commands and that kind of thing?
Well, you didn't see any controls or anything like
Well,
that.
no, but I mean, like, did you see, like,
It looked
did
pretty
it take
responsive.
some time
No,
to,
no,
like,
it looked pretty
charge
responsive.
up an attack, for instance?
I'm imagining it's just going to be Tekken, which is very button mashy.
Yeah.
That's all
it will be
It's
button
not going to
mashy.
be any different 'cause
Well-
it's an arcade game. You can't have too much detail in terms of... I mean, the Mortal Kombats and stuff have lots of different battle combinations, but at the end of the day, it's joystick, button, button, button. So there's not a whole lot you can do with that.
The Pokemon MMO is on everybody's dream list. It's up there with Half-Life 3. And hey, I got Final Fantasy VII Remake recently, so anything's possible.
You got the announcement.
Wow.
In
You're
a
going to
world-
get it in 4 years, mate.
In a world where we can have a Shenmue 3 Kickstarter, anything can happen, right? And The Last Guardian coming back after 5 years or
Hey,
more.
we waited 10
After
years
the
for Duke
announcement,
Nukem,
yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, look how that turned out.
So, look, we'll be keen to see what happens with Pokken, but I'm not holding my breath. But you think, just to go back to that Pokemon Amiibo idea, that you think they're going to do something with
Well,
it?
it
Or?
seems like a logical thing to do, right?
Right.
But obviously no Nintendo.
But what is
obviously,
it? What is it? Is it a 3DS game? Is it an NX game?
Yeah,
Is it
well, the problem with the 3DS is that it doesn't have the NFC. Well, the new one does.
Right.
But there's like a split in the market there, right?
Right.
So,
And 100%, I feel like that split has not been addressed ever since
No.
Xenoblade Chronicles has come out.
no.
Unless we have maybe a direct coming in a couple of months' time to talk new 3DS only.
So
I
yeah,
don't
just
think
briefly
it's
on
gonna-
that.
I mean,
right
that's-
now, it's the DSi of the,
It really
of the
is.
3DS.
It really
Okay,
is,
fine.
100%.
which is disappointing. But I
Yeah.
love my coloured buttons. So
Well,
I'm
the
okay.
E3
And I like my shoulder buttons too,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and the circle pad thing.
E3 was the 3DS Direct. Anyway,
It was,
So
anyway.
we've had that.
Yeah.
Because it was all 3DS stuff. I don't think, it was all announced. There's no reason for them to have a Direct really anytime soon.
Yeah, no,
Unless
they'll have one close to October or September
Yeah.
or something. But
Yeah.
end of year releases.
Well, they enjoy having a few directs just to keep updates on releases. And
they have
that
one like
kind of
every
thing.
quarter or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's just not much to go on now.
Right.
It's the lull. I mean, I'm sure they'll pick up
Yeah.
end of year. So we'll see how that goes.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
So what's everyone been playing lately then?
well, I've been playing Yoshi.
Yeah.
But as I said, I've been busy, so it's kind of been hard.
Yeah.
Yoshi and Splatoon mainly. Yeah.
Cool.
Splatoon mainly.
How's your PS4, man?
Oh, tell everyone the tale of.
I had a rough week last week, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Have I told you about this?
Did you? Just tell
Told
us.
us.
Tell the
It's
viewers.
live.
Tell the listeners.
I went to one morning. I woke up and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm gonna go buy Batman Arkham Knight. Like,
Yes.
I'm gonna spend my whole Saturday playing this game. It's gonna be great.
Exciting.
So I thought,
Like
oh,
a 10-year-old boy.
yeah, it was like Christmas morning for me. It was amazing.
Ask your mum to go
Yeah.
take you to this store.
A bit of backstory here, guys. I picked Arkham Knight to be Game of the Year last year, and then got horribly embarrassed when it got delayed to this year.
Wow.
Been there, mate.
Yeah. And then
Don't worry, that was 70% of the games that were due to
yeah,
come
so
out
so,
last year.
so I woke up and I was like, cool, it's Saturday, got off work,
Yeah.
I spent the whole day playing Arkham Knight, it's going to be great. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I've been playing a lot of Nintendo lately, so I haven't turned on my Sony in a while. Let's go turn it on, let it update while I'm at the shops, and then come back and kind of go from there.
Right.
A solid plan.
Yeah, I thought I played this pretty well. Went to turn on my Sony, using the controller, nothing. I'm like, okay. All right, maybe the controller still just plug it in. That's cool. We can do this.
Right.
Plugged it in, still nothing. Like, oh, this isn't good. All right. Tried to turn on the console. The console turned on. Fine.
Okay.
Unfortunately, both my DualShock 4s are completely dead for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know why. I've Googled some FAQs and stuff. They said try reset it because there's a little reset button on the back.
Right.
That didn't work either. Everyone else is saying, okay, contact Sony support. Unfortunately, this is first thing on a Saturday morning, and Sony support are only open Monday to Friday, 7 till 4, 9 to 5.
Eastern time or something.
9 to 5
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time, yeah.
So I not only did I have to wait the whole weekend to contact them, I couldn't play my game for the weekend.
Wow.
So
So have you tried it at this point with another DualShock?
No,
controller?
I called some friends and had a rant, but never actually got around to getting it. I just went back to playing Splatoon.
Fair
So
enough.
you have Arkham Knight, but you don't play it.
Yeah,
Have
I'm
you
just
played
sitting
it yet?
there.
It's
No,
so funny.
Still haven't played
I know, because every time I get home from work, I've kind of just been sitting there. I'm like, I'm just going to chuck Splatoon on.
Yeah.
And
But have you
wanna
got the
hear.
controller?
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Working controller now?
no,
You
like
still haven't
I
got it?
still haven't got around to actually setting off my controllers. 'Cause I'm
right.
like, well, I'll just play Splatoon.
Well, I was worried that you were going to tell me that like, oh,
My
the
console
PS,
was
yeah, the console wouldn't turn on and your
it-
saves were
it-
busted.
What if you get a new controller and like you go turn it on and just nothing, and it's your console is bricked?
Some of the people on the FAQ said that they bought a new controller and they were having that same problem, and they soft resetted the
Jeez,
controller
that's
and it
worrying.
eventually worked.
Uh-oh.
But
You always have Splatoon to come back to.
yeah, I'm
Unless
lucky,
it
I'm
does-
lucky I got a couple consoles.
Yeah.
I'm really worried that I'm going to get Mario Karted on my Splatoon and like lose all my progress there.
Well, unfortunately for you with Nintendo, there's nowhere to back up your saves. At least with PlayStation,
Sony there is.
and you're a Plus member, you've got your cloud saves. So there's a way to sort of keep it in check. But yeah, I mean, well, I'm kind of glad because I was expecting a lot worse. So at least I hope the
It's
controllers
the
work.
controllers. So
And
when
if
I
not,
get around
let's just
to it,
try them on my
Have you turned your
PlayStation.
console on?
yeah, it
Yeah,
works.
okay, cool.
So the
So
console
there's-
works fine.
okay.
It gets me to the first login page, and then it says, "Please turn on DualShock
Yeah,
4."
so you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Have you tried using the PlayStation Eye?
No.
Does he have
Yes,
one?
I have tried turning it on and off again.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Pulling it from the plug? Or
Yeah.
You should try turning it off and on again, because then it'll be on at the end. That's
Oh,
your,
yeah,
you turn
that
it
makes
off and
sense.
on.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So that was my last week as well. It was a bit rough.
Yeah.
I was quite emotionally devastated at that point.
Certainly.
What have you been playing, Adam?
I've still been playing a lot of Yoshi. Still playing Hearthstone, a lot of Hearthstone. I feel like
There's a new update for that pretty recently, wasn't
yes,
there?
there was for the Tavern Brawl. They've introduced that. So the Tavern Brawl, for those who play Hearthstone's a card game based on Blizzard World of Warcraft characters. Yes, okay.
There's too much going on here, right?
Too much going on.
What do I
But
do with my
so
hands?
Tavern Brawl is this sort of special challenge mode that every week they give you. So like they put different twists on it.
Splatfest.
No, it's still a
Did you vote
challenge.
rock or pop?
No, you don't vote. You just go up against a deck, and there's these sort of special battling conditions, which make it a lot of fun. They give you sort of these hyper powerful cards as well, and let you sort of wreak havoc, which is great. I've been really enjoying that mode. So if you win a match, you get a pack, and there's really, and then you're done for the week. There's not really.
Oh, so it's just one.
Well, you can play it as many times as you want, but after your first win, there's really no point.
So you don't get a
continuing
pack
on.
each time?
No,
Oh, only
no.
the first.
I feel like
okay.
that would be a bit.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
No,
awesome.
Just a pack for the first one.
For
So
those of you who don't know, you have to buy packs.
yeah,
You
you,
can use-
either
you
buy
can
packs or you
microtransact.
earn money.
Yeah, you can
well,
buy
you can-
in-game currency, but it's like
Do
harder
you ever
to
come
get.
up against like a lot of decks where you can see people who spent a lot of money?
No, because for me, I've reached a point where I've spent only money on one of the expansions and like a few packs here and there. Nothing like crazy. I would say all up, it's been below $50 the amount of money I've spent on that
That's
game.
pretty fair, I guess.
Plus, it auto matches with people close to your level.
Well,
so you-
no, so I'm a rank and they'll match me with people on that rank. But can I just say, if you do the quest every day, like I've got around 400 or so gold because I've been saving my gold at the moment, and that'll allow me to play the arena a few times, which automatically gets packs if you reach a certain win threshold, or it can even allow me to buy the second parts of the second expansion if I save up enough of it. So I feel like I'm getting my money's worth, and Blizzard are really good at that sort of like that fine line between that.
Yeah, the awkward, like...
They
Like
make-
it's like you're not paying your way to win. It's not
Yeah.
pay to win because people can pay all that money for all those packs and still not have
still comes down to chance and
really
actual
good
skill
decks.
a lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly. It is a skill-based game.
Actually, while you were talking about that, I wanted
Yeah.
to talk about the DNA partnership with Nintendo, because I'm not sure if we've touched on it on this podcast much. But
Yeah,
I want to
they,
get
they
everyone's
did actually
thoughts and
announce.
stuff.
They announced that DNA made an
Pokemon Shuffle?
announcement. Pokemon Shuffle's coming to iOS and Android
Yeah.
later this year, and we're also they've got 5 new IP. Oh, sorry, not 5 new IP. 5 IP planned for mobile consoles from now until March 2017. So
Okay.
that's a
All DNA or
DNA Nintendo. So 5 Nintendo IP will be coming to mobile.
Gotcha.
So I'm super excited about this.
Yeah.
Not for any other reason. Like, it's just a really good move, and Nintendo getting into the mobile space and like getting into the children, that maybe can't afford a 3DS or don't want to buy a dedicated gaming system.
I can confirm that kids are crazy in mobiles now.
Yeah,
at my new job.
iPads,
At my new job, it's like after school hours care, and the kids have a lot of places do they call it like technology time or device time, where basically they can go and play on their iPhone or their
well,
iPad.
you might as well just tell your story then.
Yeah, I'll tell a couple.
Yeah.
I've had a few over the past few days.
Right.
But anyway, so they have time, and they're all just playing something on their iPads and iPhones. Like ridiculous. It's so every single.
What are
one
they
of them.
playing?
So I was really impressed because I'm like these kids, they're going to be playing Flappy Bird or something really crap. And then
Minecraft.
Yeah, they're all playing Minecraft, and I was just like, awesome. So I go around and I'm like, oh, you're playing Minecraft. So like now it's time to be the cool guy. Like, hey guys, playing Minecraft, the survival or creative mode? And they all play creative mode. I was like, oh well. I guess that's cool too.
I'm the old curmudgeon who doesn't understand Minecraft.
I'm a curmudgeon too.
I love it. I haven't played it in ages now, but once I get into it, it's like I'll play heavily for 2 weeks and then stop. Anyway, so the story. I go around and I'm just checking up, making sure no one's doing anything, because they're not allowed to play violent games. I kind of let them get away with it a bit, but so they're playing Minecraft. They're playing some.
You're what's going to be wrong with the next generation.
No, I'm what's right with the next generation.
Right.
Anyway, so they're playing on the games, and I see these
GTA
kids.
5.
Yeah, it's little tame games like GTA 5. So I see these guys in the corner playing on DSs. I'm like, all right, well, I have.
That is
my own,
rare.
I have my own
DS,
podcast.
whoa.
Oh, okay, 3DS.
Right.
So I'm going like, yeah, well, I own my own. I partly own a Nintendo podcast and a website. I'll go and impress these kids with my knowledge. So I'm like, hey guys, what you playing there? And they're like, oh, I'm playing Zelda. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, wow, these kids are actually playing Zelda. Like, I'm gonna have an awesome conversation with this kid, and we're just going to discuss Zelda for the entire day. Oh, so is it Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask? Oh, I don't know.
That breaks my heart.
I mean, I'm not a big Zelda guy, but like, at least I know what version.
Yeah, but
it
when
would
you
be.
were like 6 or 7, you didn't know.
Well, no, this kid was 10.
I knew the difference between red and blue version.
I got Ocarina of Time.
He
in
was
year 5.
old enough to know what he was doing.
know
Anyway,
the
so
difference.
I go and walk around a little bit because I'm like, well, there's no way I'm having a conversation with this kid because he won't know anything. So I go back later and he's still playing. I'm like, oh, cool. So like, where are you up to? What mask do you have? Because he's playing Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, what mask? I'm like, it's Majora's Mask. Like, you go around collecting masks. Like, have you got the Deku mask or whatever? And then he's like, what's that? I'm like, it's a little seed thing that like spits out seeds and you can fly in the wind. He's like, oh no, I have this one, and it's just Kid Link. I'm like, not even close. Like,
But did he appreciate your help?
no, he didn't even understand that I was cool enough to know what he was playing.
Maybe you weren't cool then.
No, I was
like
so.
high
No,
It's just like high school for you all over again, isn't it?
Look, it was probably just about helping him out at the time. But,
No, I mean, it
Then
was
cam
cool.
into the console and just pass the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually like, no. let me-
clearly, this kid has no idea.
I was like, man,
He's
do you know what
just
speed
playing
running is? I'll show you.
Teach you alternately
it.
do
Right.
it.
Speed running.
Anyway, yeah, we're
Chris,
talking about,
So
we're
you were
talking
talking
about the
about
mobile.
DNA's
Yeah.
partnership.
Oh, I was going to say, Chris, what have you been playing?
Oh, we already
But you were
talked
talking about the
that,
partnership. So,
Yeah, the partnership with
So,
Disney.
do we
Yeah.
think the 5 IP, let's just, Mario, Zelda, probably, like, Donkey Kong,
I don't know.
Kirby.
Is it existing IP? I thought they established that it wasn't going to be existing IP.
No, I thought it was definitely going to be existing IP.
I think there'll be at least.
There's got to be a
Some-
mark
They're not bringing out
existing.
5 new
Oh
IP.
no,
No,
sorry,
they're not.
it's not
This is
existing
Nintendo.
games. I was thinking existing games.
No, it's not going to be 5
not
existing
just
games.
ports.
It's
They're
going
not
to be
ports.
It's going to be Mario Jump instead of Sonic Jump.
It'll be Donkey Kong Chest Beat,
Donkey Kong Chess Beat instead of Donkey Kong
Jungle
Jump.
Beat.
Yeah. No, we
I
don't know
have
what those
literally
games
no
will
idea.
be. I have trust that it'll be a good thing. I hope it will. I think because it's only 5 for the next sort of 2 years,
They can really
I think it's a
focus on
good
each
window. And I think they've even said in that statement the reason why it's only 5 is because we want these games to be good quality. We want these games to be
It's a good sign.
Yeah, we want
So
these games to be games that people go back to.
What do you guys think about the pricing structure? Are these going to be like free to play? Are these going to be $5, $10, $20? You know,
I think 10 and around. They can't be
Knowing
too much 'cause
Nintendo,
no one will buy
they've-
them.
I think the race to the bottom on mobile is too apparent that they won't go lower than 10. Oh, sorry, they won't go higher than 10.
I can see, because Minecraft, going back to Minecraft, I think it's like $7.49.
It's 7, yeah.
And I think that's where they'll be, because you have to be competitive, but you have to be making money. They can't have the all 99-cent apps, because there's too much going into it. To make
But there's
sense.
also a certain, like, quality about a price, you know?
Yeah,
If
as
if
well.
it's
And
$99
Nintendo have that cash out.
I can see it being
If Square
$4.99,
can get away with
$5.99
it.
around
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Square can get away with it. The Final Fantasy games are $11.99 on iOS.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, but that's an older demographic. Nintendo's going to be about kids. I mean, I know
Yeah,
some
that's
kids will
true,
play
that's
Final
true.
Fantasy, but that's mostly fanboys.
but if I'm a parent and my kid comes to me and says, "Can I buy this game for $6?" That's all I need to pay. There's no free to play stuff on it. I, as an educated consumer, am more likely to pay the $6 on my iTunes card, give the kid a $20 iTunes card, he can buy 3 of those games.
But that's yours,
and he's good to go.
That's your educated. Majority of the parents of kids playing these have very little to do with their purchase.
No, but I think they know enough about in-game purchases. I think enough adults play Candy Crush that they know that when a game's free, it's not really
Yeah,
free
but
Again, there needs to be
anymore.
a incentive
Adults-
for helping those people.
Adults playing
Yeah.
Candy Crush, like, I'm sure some, like, I might be kind of going out on a limb here, but they're probably not the ones with children playing games on their devices as well. Because
I think Candy Crush is pretty ubiquitous. Like,
yeah,
I
but if
look
you
at-
go up to
I
a
look at,
random
like,
50-year-old mum who
She's
has an
playing Candy
iPhone,
Crush.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been at work
100%.
where I've walked into like the admin office where we have a bunch of like secretaries and stuff like that. They should be working. They're all playing Candy Crush.
I've
Yeah,
never
I don't know,
seen that.
Cam. I look on the bus and stuff, and I see just so many people playing that fucking game.
It's a bad game, so they should stop.
My mum's moved on to Bubble Witch,
Oh, that's good.
which is Buster Move on.
But it's people you wouldn't
but
even
it's still-
expect.
Yeah,
to be
it's people
playing
you
it.
wouldn't
Yeah.
expect.
And they're almost like ashamed of it.
Yeah,
No,
They should be.
I
They
don't
should
think
be.
they're
if they're there
Well,
playing
they're
that-
like they're not like they're
I
kind of
give-
turning it, you know.
Well,
like
people that don't spend money on it, like people who I've played that game. I played a lot of levels of that game. I've never spent a single cent on it. I think if you're going to play it, it's no harm, no foul. Those match 3 games are fun for
Yeah.
for what they are. You know, Puzzles and Dragons. It was none of us have picked it up. I'm still maybe going to pick it up at some point. The point is, it's the idea of the freemium concept, right? And what the freemium concept stands for. I think. I do think consumers are educated enough to know the difference, and I think if Nintendo put a quality product at a $7 to $15 price point on an iOS, I think they can get away with it if the game's there. If it's not Mario Candy Crush, if it's something legitimate, if it's
substance.
actually like something of substance that works on the hardware, if it shouldn't be Super Mario Brothers on ported to iOS because
it won't be.
and it won't be. They've said it.
And just on your point there, the hardware. Like, what are they going to do with the very limited input?
Again, Square Enix has done it.
I mean, there are some pretty...
Yeah.
They're not going to
Brilliant.
use.
But
let's
it's
just put it
virtual
out there.
keypads. Are they just going to use virtual keypads? Like, virtual gamepads.
There's some pretty advanced games out on iPhone and Android already, and that's, quite basic. This is going to be in the next couple of years where, I mean, the iPhone 7 is, kind of starting to get ready to release, and I'm sure that's going to be a lot stronger, and then whatever Samsung bring out is going to be...
Oh, you're talking about power?
Yeah, power.
Yeah, I was talking about input.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, power's where it needs to be.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was trying to
we
say,
can run
yeah.
console games on console
But
PS2
like,
level games.
It's
on
pretty
console
safe to
now.
assume that like Nintendo will be using some gyro stuff.
Yeah.
I would assume with
Yeah.
their phone games and their
And
tablet
I'll be
games.
turning it off. Just
Yeah.
like I did with Splatoon.
Well, again, going back
But
to
there's
the,
no other control input, Aaron.
Again, going back to the to Minecraft and iPhone, when I was watching them play, basically you touch and then you have like a on-screen analog, and they
Oh, do you?
they're so smooth with it. It's because they're used to playing it, so they don't need to adapt from a mouse. Where if I did, I'd be like,
Yeah.
now what do I do?
Yeah, but I still
but
think
anyway.
Nintendo prime audience isn't just children.
Yeah.
And they are going to want they know it because they want to capture the Nintendo hardcore as well. And if they can put a good hardcore-ish Mario game or a good hardcore-ish Zelda game on these consoles as well, they'll make a lot of money.
I don't know. Have you guys ever downloaded like a Game Boy Advance emulator on your phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was playing Pokemon Emerald on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like a little bar at the bottom with your D-pad and your A
That's-
and your B.
yeah.
That's what it has to
That
be.
was sweet.
They can't bring out a even a first party edition like a wireless keyboard, because then you've just taken away the whole point
Yeah.
of it being mobile.
They won't.
It has to be on
They won't.
screen only.
Yeah, so it won't be
And maybe
an attachment.
gyro. Yeah.
But in a game like Pokemon, that makes sense because you're not like it's not like Twitch movements where you need to be like pressing the button all the time, all the time. My problem has been more with platformers. I played the Sonic the Hedgehog sort of adaptation on iOS and had more trouble with it being as responsive as I need to be, and that might be because
Sonic's a quick
Sonic
game anyway, though.
is a quick game and it's
And a
old.
terrible platformer.
Well, I used to
I
have
disagree with that.
I like Sonic.
I used to have Mario
Sonic's
Kart
my
one.
homeboy.
Sonic the Hedgehog one is terrible.
I
So
used-
easy.
Okay. I used to have Mario Kart 64 on an old tablet I used to have.
The worst
and-
Mario Kart. Sorry. Anyway.
Are we just ripping apart games? Now?
Yes.
Is that what we've been reviewing?
Sonic sucks. Mario Kart sucks.
No.
I mean, I like all games.
Everyone knows the best
Anyway.
Mario Kart is Mario Kart 8.
So, yes, I'm not saying 64 was the best. It was an emulator.
No, you are.
Alright, so I was playing the best Mario Kart on that kind of thing, and it has an on-screen analog stick, which responded, pretty well, like 9 out of 10 in terms of responsiveness. So good enough to play, but I wouldn't, stick with it. And then it had bumper buttons on the top, and then your A and your B. So you could play like that because you never really use them. And there's a Z button nearby that you could just kind of quickly switch to, and that worked really well. And that was, that was a really old emulator. So by the time the new ones come out, the on-screen buttons and the sort of analog screen technology will advance to a point where it's realistic reaction, and I think that won't be a problem at all. I think basically the only thing they need to worry about is making a game that people will want to play. Because if I had a choice of playing a B grade game on my phone or an A grade game on a console, I would stick to the console.
Absolutely, 100%.
So,
But you make that same argument for 3DS. If I could play the B grade Zelda on my 3DS, or just play Zelda on my Wii,
exactly.
Zelda on my Wii.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. The game needs to be good.
I'm saying Nintendo will make experiences that work on that thing,
Yeah.
just like they do with 3DS. They'll make it that work on that.
Well, I
handheld.
mean, it's going to be.
They know how to develop handheld games.
Yeah.
Let's not forget
I don't
Nintendo.
think
The
they'll have a
Nintendo Game
problem
Boy
with
is
Yeah.
iconic. Just 100%.
So Nintendo know how to develop,
Yeah.
and DNA know how to publish.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I think they're set.
Yeah.
They
So
could have.
it's going to do well.
And they've announced not too many games, and it's going to be a good sort of slate.
They're playing their
Do you
cards
guys think there may be something? I'm not saying a main Pokemon title, but something Pokemon oriented.
I think so.
on phone?
Well, I mean,
Besides Shuffle,
Pokemon
don't
Shuffle's
think
already announced.
I think
so-
something besides Shuffle
Not a
is
main,
inevitable.
Not a main game. I don't. Think.
Oh no, it won't be a main game. It'll be something akin to a Mystery Dungeon spin-off.
Actually,
type.
didn't we just recently
even
get
that.
released a minor like Symphotic Evolutions or something like that?
No, that's actually a
A
event,
live event
that's
yeah.
coming.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
the Waiso playing the music from.
It's coming in
Oh,
November,
right.
Symphony
That's cool.
Orchestra,
which we
for
should all
you
be considering
unclassed.
going to that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
really
I
cool.
think that we can make a note of that.
But can I digress and just say, I think I'm going to throw down something now and say
Okay.
the next
Here we go.
mainline Pokemon game will have a mobile app implementation of some form.
Safe. Yeah. Good.
It's
good,
a safe
good call.
bet,
Good call.
but I
Safe.
will think it'll
So
have
like
a
the,
mobile
that,
the
implementation of some form.
Pokemometer.
Pokemon Walker.
Not to that level. Well, they already have come out with a Pokemon jukebox that's come out on only Android.
Oh, yeah, and you
Yes.
have like one song a day
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, this is only Android as well, which I don't understand.
Very weird.
And at the end, it asks you who's that Pokemon.
I think it's only Japan only at this point. Only Japan only at this point as well, my understanding.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that I think the Pokemon company seem to be very receptive to
Actually,
this.
something I quickly want to hash over with you guys. I was talking to a few people recently about VGC this year and how we're not getting a new. Well, it's looking like we're probably not getting a new mainline game this year.
We're definitely not.
So VGC this year was doubles with certain limitations.
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Are we going to see exactly the same rules implemented in next year's VGC? Do you think, or
100%.
do you think that they'll change the format of it? Maybe mix up to singles.
It'll stay singles. It's just I don't think it'll come back as.
I don't
the
think
main
singles is
competition.
revered as a format enough.
I
think
don't
people,
know. That's a good point.
I'd like to see some sort of rule change just to mix it up from the previous year, but
I think the rule change might be regions or something to keep it more restricted
Yeah.
regionally. That's kind of what they did sort of the second round with,
I think they've kind of hit their perfect spot in terms of how the game works. The strategy and the choices in doubles is huge. I mean, in singles really comes down to good stuff team. Like it's very hard to set up a trick room or a hail team, or something
Especially
like that.
3v3.
Yeah, and 3v3. And if they were going to do singles, it would have to be at least 4v4. and that just feels really weird in the singles thing. And like I said, just when you do play singles, it's usually 3 or 6. And 6 would be too many, and 3 is not enough. Because I mean, when we were mucking around with the Poker Creator back in the day, we were playing singles teams, and they were really fun. But that's because we got to hack them and we got to do what we wanted. Playing standard teams with like realistic stats is just it's not fun.
Yeah, I see your point, Aaron, but I still think that having the 4v4 doubles format that they're running with now and have been for the last few years, there's a lot of mind games that comes with it.
Yeah.
And like,
could we maybe move to triples or rotations? You think?
oh, that.
See that?
No, see, because I think
that
they were
overdoes it.
hot when Black and White came out.
Or do you think
And
there
then
may
now
be
they're
some
not.
restrictions, like some, they might get rid of some that were included in this year's VGC?
Yeah, possibly.
I would like to see. I would like to see a lot of pseudo legendaries restricted.
Legendaries and pseudos gone. So no more dogs, no more.
Yeah, no more dogs
birds.
or genies.
Yeah,
The
I
dogs
agree.
versus genies.
I agree.
Get them out.
It did make it a powerhouse of the year. I personally liked having that element because they were all counterable in some way.
They are, but I just personally don't
But
like
you-
using them.
I don't personally enjoy using the genies, so I think anything that's technically classified as a legendary being banned, I think is a foreseeable.
That's
thing
probably
they
why I
could do.
didn't do very well because I don't want to use any of them. If
and you have
if
to.
I was like, all right, well,
Can't
use a
have
heat,
to
I'll
use
use a
a
heat
genie.
ram, I'll use.
But you still got
Landris.
things that are like super strong, like I don't know, Mega Kangaskhan is pretty.
If you
popular,
kind of
pretty
have
strong.
one mega thing,
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I
Just-
ran Mega.
Whereas
Some-
opposed
something-
to
we'll
like.
talk about this a lot closer, obviously.
But I still think if
just
you're
something
running,
to think about.
if you run like there were teams probably running like 3 genies, a heat tran, a mega Kangaskhan, and something else.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
quite powerful.
Yeah.
Cool. What else do you guys want to talk about? Let's talk about all the news, I think.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet for Nintendo in terms of like, there's no real big
Just
announcements.
a bit of a quiet.
Oh, something I wanted to talk about. SGDQ's coming up soon,
Oh, yeah.
which is Summer Games Done Quick. It's a biannual speedrunning charity event that Games Done Quick organisation hold, and they raise money for cancer research.
Great.
Yeah.
Is Cosmo doing what?
He's not doing any this year, I don't
Oh,
think, but there is an Ocarina of Time
Taking a
run.
break. The World Championships
He's still
took a lot out
recovering
of him.
from his horrid loss at the.
Yeah, he's too embarrassed.
Still icing that. Still icing that burn.
So they do one in January, which has already happened. That's called Awesome Games Done Quick, and this one is in July, and Summer Games Done Quick for
I think
America.
we'll
So
be
yeah.
doing something similar to what we did for E3, but
It's
Like
7 days,
Yep.
24 hours, 7 days a week.
Which date? Sorry, Chris.
From memory, it's the 27th to the 2nd or something like that. It's
27. So that's probably around the 28th to the 3rd our time.
Yeah,
as well,
something
'cause
something
we're
like
in
that.
the
Yeah.
future and all that.
If
So-
anyone's interested, go to www.gamesdonequick.com. Pretty sure it is, and you can check the schedule
Google
there.
it.
yeah.
It's for a good cause, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome! Like I never donated, but watching it run live is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
It's all available on Twitch and stuff.
we
so,
should
yeah.
explain we are in no way affiliated with them.
No,
It's just honestly
no,
a good
no.
thing
Yeah,
to
it's
visit.
something we recommend.
I haven't really I only just started getting into speedruns because of you.
Yeah,
Chris does a.
I've been for it.
Yeah, Chris does a Mario 64
Yeah.
run,
16 star
which is pretty
speed.
good.
Yeah, I've seen him run this game, guys.
that's-
It's
that's
incredible.
impressive.
I've been experimenting with a few.
I was
I just
surprised.
don't really have the. I like. I made up my own super duper run. I call it of basically silver and blue on an emulator at 1,000 speed. So it's fun to watch live.
So it's
because
not a
so
category
quick.
or anything.
It's not
Yeah,
a
yeah.
category. It's just something I like to do.
Cam's category.
Yeah,
Wait, Pokemon Silver and
a
Blue.
fun
right?
ability. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, Summer Games Done Quick's coming up at the end of the month. I'll be trying to follow it as much as I can. Obviously, I'm working 5 days a week now, so it's going to be hard. But I'll be watching as much as I can on the weekends. And
I think it's a good time to try and put up a speed run on the site as well.
yeah,
So
cool,
maybe
man. If we can get some recording gear done,
We've
I'll
been
do a
talking
speed
about
run
that
now.
for a while.
We've got a bunch of cool stuff working on behind the scenes as well, guys. Keeping us very busy right now.
We're trying to take some steps forward. We've got a capture card, so there'll be some
Yeah,
some
there's gonna be
let's
some-
plays
yeah.
and some footage soon.
We're
Yeah.
working on maybe doing some
Facebook promotion.
Yeah, we're getting some cool merch going on.
Might be some t-shirts in the work.
Maybe.
We're getting some stuff involved with PAX. Me and Adam are going to do something cool over there. We'll keep you in the loop about
When's
that.
PAX?
Yes, so that is the
October, November.
Yes,
So
October the 30th.
30th and 31st and November 1st.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So that weekend will be a lot of fun in Melbourne at the convention centre. Great venue.
You might even get to see some behind the scenes stuff of me and Adam out in Melbourne town as well. We've got
Yes.
some cool people.
Well, that'll be good fun. Yeah.
And-
so I'm
and-
looking forward to that.
And me and Chris will play Smash or something.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as always, remember, please go to our YouTube and subscribe. Go to the Facebook at facebook.com/RedCoinOz, AUS, RedCoinOz. like, share, and again, show all your friends that.
And be sure to review us on iTunes. We would really appreciate
That's
some kind reviews.
Even just if you don't listen to our podcast on the iTunes app, or just on iTunes in general, just on the podcast app, send some comments on there, guys. Yeah,
Yes.
They're all
any
connected.
way you view it, any way you get to your podcast feed, any way and shape.
Yeah, all that social stuff, social media stuff, including our Google Plus page. I don't expect you to go to the Google Plus page. No one uses it yet. Although if Google's watching, Google Plus, yes. But go to our website.
We are putting this on YouTube.
Go Google. www.redcoin.net.au is the main site. That's got links to all the social media. It's got all our discussions. It's got the link to the podcast and hopefully the link to this video if it's worked out well. It's got our reviews.
You guys can tell me how good a look in a suit.
It's got pretty
And
much...
if the video doesn't work out, then forget that.
Yeah, it'll just be this audio. Yeah, we didn't record a video. What are you talking about? Yes.
Well, until next time, guys. Thank you for listening, and keep playing Nintendo games. Cheers.
We've been Redcoin with
Adam,
Chris,
Aaron,
and Cameron. So thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for watching.
have a good night.
See ya.
bye.